Today we continue our conversation around product recall insurance. In our first video, we covered some of the basics of recalls, so let's start this video with a common misconception I often hear, and that is recalling a product is covered by a food manufacturer's product liability insurance. I'm sorry, but no. Your product liability, which is part of your general liability policy, will not cover the cost of a product recall. Product liability insurance covers you from lawsuits which can arise from bodily injury or property damage claims. Now, for some clarification, some insurers will include a basic recall coverage in their packages, but those are limited in both scope and limits. Generally, a basic $50,000 to $100,000 limit may be included, but again, very limited in the scope of coverage, and it is not sufficient for most food manufacturers. So, what is covered under a product recall policy? The basic recall policy will reimburse you for the cost of physically getting your insured product out of the consumer buying stream. This means taking products off of shelves and having it destroyed, as well as the cost of trucking, destruction, disposal, the extra labor involved, advertising and communications around the recall are covered in a basic policy. But the costs go well beyond just the basics, and the following issues need to be considered and added to your recall policy. The first is the cost of refunds as well as the cost to replace and redistribute products. The second are lost profits and business interruption, and this is probably the biggest cost that food manufacturers will suffer. If left uninsured, it could make a recall a total disaster. Number three, brand rehab expenses to cover the costs associated with rehabbing your brand following a recall and getting sales back to pre-recall levels. Number four, extortion. Criminals are known to perpetuate a threat that if you don't pay them a ransom, they will contaminate your product and destroy your business. Blackmailing isn't common, but it does occur and it can be insured against. Finally are consequential damages, and this is where food manufacturers are forced to pay compensatory damages to their customers, such as retailers, for the costs associated with recalling your product. Again, thanks for watching, and if there are any questions you have on recall insurance, please feel free to reach out. My contact info is coming up. Thanks.